Hello everyone, welcome to Carlucci's Kitchen. Today we're going to make meatballs. I got a beautiful recipe from my mom when she used to make them when I was younger, and they come out really nice and moist. So I'm going to show you step by step how to make them, and I think you're going to enjoy them. All right, stay tuned. See you on the other side. Take the crust off the Italian bread, and I cut these in cubes. Put them in a bowl. Going to add some water to it, and we're going to get it to be like almost like a, I guess you can say peanut butter consistency or like a jello type, you know what I mean? You just want to get the water in there and mix it up, put it aside. 3 cloves of garlic. We mix some magic here, and there we go. And then we're going to get a pound of beef, a pound of pork. And this is going to be our ingredients here. We're going to put some Romano Locatelli cheese. Add the bread that we soaked in water. I'm going to add the 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. Eggs give it a good firm up on it. I only use 2 in this recipe. That's all you need. They come out really moist. And then we're going to add some parsley, fresh parsley that we cut up, which you can never put too much parsley, believe me, even though it only calls for 1/4 cup. And we're just going to add that to it. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of sea salt. Believe me, the tablespoon of sea salt is going to get soaked up into this so you won't even taste it. And then I get some crushed black pepper. And I just sprinkle it along the top until I get like a little coating on it. You don't have to add that much to it. And once we do this, now we're going to add the fresh garlic that we just chopped up. Get all these pieces in there. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to go to work. Now you're going to mix this up. You want to take your time because you want to make sure you incorporate everything together. This is an important part because if you don't mix it well, you may get one meatball with a little bit too much salt in it or a little bit more garlic. So if you mix it well and you take your time with it, you're going to get a good consistency as far as each meatball. They're all going to taste the same. So this is the part where I take my time. I don't rush this part of it. And keep going. Just take off everything off the sides, mix it all well, get it nice and mixed up. There we go. And then once you got this ready, then you're going to just get ready to get a little scooper out. I'm going to start making our meatballs. And this should be good enough just like this. Okay. So I use a small ice cream scooper. It makes them about the size of a golf ball, maybe a little bit bigger. I'll put a few in the pan. You want to wet your hands because if you don't wet your hands when you start rolling these up, they're going to stick to you. So just make sure your hands are a little bit moist. And then I roll them. I don't put too much pressure on them. Get them all together and make them a nice size. And you make them all the same, keeps them pretty consistent. This way, when you put them in the sauce, they all come out the same way. And then once you do them all like this, you just keep going until you get a full pan. And here we go. Now, a couple of things. You could either fry them up and brown them, or if you want, you could stick them in the oven at 350 for about 15-20 minutes, or you can broil them. It's your choice. Okay, they're still going to come out really good. I know a couple of times I did them when I just threw them right in the pot, right from the pan, and I didn't even brown them, and they came out delicious. So again, this is everybody's preference. It doesn't really matter. I usually do about maybe 2 minutes, on each side, and I run it through. And then once you get that done, you put them in the tray and you continue until they're all nice and brown. And it's pretty simple. It's not that difficult. Just take your time with it, that's all. Okay? And once they're all browned up, you take them and you place them in the tray nice and gently so they don't fall apart. Like I said, take your time with it because if they break up, it's going to be, they're not going to be meatballs anymore. Let's put it that way. Okay? So each one of them gets tender care because they are going to be delicious. I'm going to make the sauce. I use 2 cans of peeled tomatoes and then I pureed them. 2 cans is enough because it'll cover the meatballs pretty good. Okay, and then once you got that done, you add it to the pot. Make sure your pot is big enough to handle all the meatballs. This one's got a nice little bottom that kind of bulges out, so the meatballs are going to fit pretty good in them. Then you're going to add your ingredients, which I will have below in the description. And once you do that, then the fun part begins. We start adding the meatballs once the sauce has cooked a little bit and it's bubbling up. And then you're going to add the meatballs to it. Now the meatballs, you want to place them in nice and easy, strategically, so that they don't break up, okay? And then give them time to cook. It's a pretty simple process, but take your time. Again, we want to make this a delicious meal. All right? And then once you do that, we're going to add some tomato paste. You have to add tomato paste, and again, in the description, I will have that all in there. Tomato paste thickens it up pretty good. You don't need to put too much, but again, it depends on how you like your sauce. You want it watery or you like it thick. I like mine a little thick. And then when you stir this up, just be very gentle. Take your time with it because it's all going to incorporate as it goes along. All right? Cover it up and we're good to go. And when everything is ready, we take the meatballs and we put them in the bowl. I usually take out as many as we're going to eat, and they're so good. I go through quite a few of them, and when you wrap them up for leftover, they taste even better the next day. So this is the process to make your meatballs. As you can see, they really came out really nice. Look at this. Beautiful meatballs. Very, very moist. They're delicious. And as I said before, sometimes they taste better the next day. And these, you can see I put some raisins in it. And I'll explain that on the end of the video. But these came out delicious. A little bit of pasta, some locatelli cheese, and a little bit of wine, and you're good to go. So enjoy. Like I said, take your time with them, and bon appetit. Hey, those meatballs came out really good. I'm telling you, it's not hard to do. Just take your time with it like anything else. Okay, you can make them as spicy as you want, or you could just make them regular, which is the way I like them. Sometimes we even use the raisins and pinoles. I know people don't like raisins and stuff in their meatballs. But my mother used to do that. She used to actually make them oval shape, so we knew which ones had the raisins in them and which ones had the pinoli. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, bon appetit and arrivederci.